Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. So today's card tutorial was actually inspired by another demonstrator. I just thought the different layers and DSP that she used just looked so striking. So I decided to make it my own also. And this is just a sample. So it's just a card front. I've been trying to do that more often. And I used Charming Day, which is a new product that was recently released on July 4th as an online exclusive. And I used my watercolor pencils to do some coloring. Isn't that so pretty? I wish it was a full card because it's really pretty. I could send it out to somebody, but oh well, it's just a half a card. Don't want to do that, right? So for today's card though, we are going to be using Inspiring Imperfections. And this is the stamp set. I think these pieces on here, the vases are so pretty, and the sentiments are really very heartwarming. It also comes with dies. If you purchase the bundle, you save 10%, and the embossing folder is also available, and we'll be using this as well. I don't know if I'm using any of these stamps. I might not, but I am using the dies, so I want to keep those out, and I am using the embossing folder. Okay. Actually, for my sentiment, I'm using the happy birthday from this stamp set, Charming Day, which is the one that I used to make this beautiful card front. All right, so let's get started. And if you stick around, I will show you another card that I made with Charming Day. A little bit different colors and all that. I don't think I need this piece, but it's there in case I need it, right? It was just a scrap that got in there. And let me show you the DSP that we're using. Isn't this just gorgeous? So these pieces here will actually cut from the dies. You can cut the vases. Here, let me show you. So you can cut the vase. You can cut the flower. And then you can also cut this bowl here from the DSP, and then this little die will cut this floral image. I guess it's kind of like I don't know, cherry blossoms maybe, I'm not really sure. So that cuts that out, and then the die, this label die, will cut out the stamped messages. All right, so let me put this one back because we don't need that, but we do need the other one, so I'll keep those out. Here. So let me just put these aside and I'll show you the DSP. So we've got our A side and then the B side, and then again got some nice cracked paper, and then with some gold leafing going through it, and then petal pink, and we have white with gold and misty moonlight. And this piece has all the colors that are in the DSP. You have cloud cover, petal pink, misty moonlight, night of navy, basic beige. I know I'm missing some, but that's either mossy meadow or old olive. So really pretty. Then we have the back side, and then the front here. This is really pretty. See all that gold? So pretty. And then the back side has the petal pink. And then I think this is the last piece, yes, with some more gold leafing, and then the other side. So that's what we're using today. And I don't want to lose my pieces. Anything stuck. Okay. So, throwing stuff around already. All right, so let's see. So I think we're going to start with probably let's do our die cutting and embossing first. How about that? And then we'll go to putting these pieces together. Okay, let's do that. I'm embossing this piece, I think. Yes, that's the piece I'm embossing. These I'm die cutting. Okay, all right, we're good. Let's get the die cutting machine out. And I think I'm going to use my magnetic plate because I want to cut more than one at a time. I want it to stay on there. So that's going to go at the top. plate. All right, so I'm gonna put these down, and let's see, so I've got my flower. We're gonna die cut this. Just trying to line it up without getting my head in the camera. So bear with me, thank you. Okay, and then I think I can put this one on. Nope, do I want the green one? No, I want this one, so I can't do that. Okay, so we'll do that second pass. And then we'll use this also. You know what, while I'm at it, I'm just gonna die cut it. Even though we're not going to, I don't think I'm gonna use it. It's good to have, just in case. And this way it's done. I don't have to worry about it another time. I'm not sure why that does that. The magnetic plate somehow moves the pieces on me after I set them. So I am going to use some tape to hold it down because I don't want it to move on me. Okay, that one, and then our final one here. Now when these cut out, I don't think there's going to be a white border. Let's run that through. Oops, that one moved on me. Oh boy. You know, it's like you try to save time, right? By putting more than one die at a time, and you end up wasting time, I think. If I did them all individually. But here we are. Here we are. Okay. Let's see if that holds. There we go. Okay, let's run this through. Throw the side. No, that's not even cut out very nicely. Yeah, so there's no white border on them. I think I'm going to run the flower through again because the stem got cut off. I don't like the way that looks. Just going to cut the whole stem off. All right, let me emboss the piece. So I've got my number 1 plate. I went back to my cut and emboss machine plates, and my embossing folder is here. I'm going to decide where I want to put this, what I want showing, because remember, this is going to be a layered piece, so a lot of it's going to be covered up. So I just want a little bit showing. I think I'm actually just going to do like the center part. Actually, no, let's do this. Let's go to the edge. Have that. How's that? Oh, that looks good. All right. So I've got my number 4 plate because this is a 3D embossing folder. We're done with this. We got, oh yeah, look at that. Look at the detail on that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at that. So pretty. No, I don't want to cover it up. I don't want to cover it up. All right, so let me bring these pieces back in. Let's adhere this to the front of this piece. Again, if you're interested in the measurements for this card, please be sure to sign up for my newsletter, which will go out on the Wednesday following my Tuesday video. And it will also have links, a QR code, that if you'd like to order the products that I'm showing, you can scan the QR code and it will bring you to my website where you can purchase these products or any other products that you might like. All right, so I'm not going to use liquid glue for this part because we're using gold foil and I don't want to have any smears or accidents like that. So I'm going to use my Seal Plus. Let's get this started. My silicone craft mat here just in case, because I already see that I went off the paper. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to center this onto the gold. This looks like it's a little bigger than it should be. I'll just measure these up. Yep, it is. It is a little bit bigger. I don't think I cut these two down. All right, so I will cut those in just a second. Let me put this down on here. So I'm just centering it. There's a small border of about 1/8 of an inch all around. And we'll just press that down when we're happy with where it goes. Usually I'm so accustomed to using the liquid glue and I can wiggle it around, but with gold you don't want to use liquid glue. So let's see, what's the size of it? I think this is supposed to be 1 7/8. Yes. Okay, so we're going to cut these down, put them both in at the same time. Should be able to cut them both. Okay. Good thing I brought my trimmer in here. There was a reason for that. Okay, let's put these pieces on now. And we're going to do this side. Oh, I did it again. So I'm alternating pieces. Got 2 with the Misty Moonlight side and 2 with the Petal Pink side. So this card can be used for your male friends or your female friends. Again, looking for that equal spacing. Maybe come down a little bit on this one. Let's try this sideways. I seem to work better when I put my cardstock sideways. I don't know why, but it does. And we have one more piece. Let me just make sure it's okay. I wanted to make sure that I was putting the adhesive on the right side, especially since it's the last piece. And this piece we'll put right there. Okay, so we put that aside. I'm done with that. All right, these pieces are going to go on the front. So I'm just going to lay them down first. Make sure that I like the spacing. I think I'm okay if I use the liquid glue now. Try to be very careful. Stay just to the inside. Ooh, almost, almost. And the last piece. Alrighty, so that's that. We have our pieces down, our layers. And then over that, I'm going to place this, but I'm going to use dimensionals on that. So let's get some dimensionals out. I hope it's nice and cool where you are. Today I'm recording this video and it is hot. And it's even hotter because my AC is broken and the repair guy is not going to be here until tomorrow. So I'm very hot. And being under these bright lights does not help. And you know, I'll tell you, I just came from Vegas a couple of weeks ago and it was hot there. I don't know, it's a dry heat, so it just feels so different to me. A lot of people laugh at me because I tell them how I love being in Vegas in that area because it's so nice and comfortable. But, I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you live in that area where it's got the dry heat and how you feel about that. Make sure that's the right size. Okay, it is. I think before we do anything, I'm going to edge this so that could dry. That'll make it look like it has an extra layer, especially since it's on the petal pink. And then while I have that out, I'm going to stamp happy birthday. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, this card, I wanted it to be horizontal. So let's do it the right way. Okay, so we're just going to stamp this. I think I'm going to move it over a little bit to the right, just because in case the vase is taller than the cardstock piece. Just wanted to clean this off so I don't stick my hands in there. Okay. Let's close this up. Just gonna lay that here, because then what we want to do next is we want to put our, yeah, see, I'm glad I did that because this comes right over that. And then this one right alongside, like so. I'm going to use dimensionals. And this, I think I'm just going to put this on the inside. And this we'll save for another time. I don't think I need two of these. Nope, we'll save that for another time. All right, so I think that looks good. Let me adhere this piece. You know, while we're thinking about it, let's, let me see. Okay. I was just looking at the sentiments to see if there's anything I would put on the inside, but I don't think so. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to the inside piece. And then we'll add the floral image as well. the die cut image. Come on. All right, I guess it's staying there. It got a little off center. So we're just going to add this little bit of glue to the back. I'll put that right here. So, all right. Let's get some dimensionals again. And there's my vase. So I think I want it like this. Maybe I'll lay this one flat and pop this one up. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to lay the big one flat. Pop up the other one. This particular suite is available in the annual catalog, and you can purchase it individually. If you purchase the stamps and dies, you get a 10% savings. If you purchase the suite, then you'll be able to order all the other components that go with it, but you can order them individually as well. I think there's actually some, I'm not sure if I ordered them though. I want to say there's some gems that coordinate with this. I believe they're gold, but I'm not sure they were, so I didn't put them, I didn't bring them with me. I'm actually going to use these, which are adhesive back metallic gems. Okay, so let's get some gold ones. One down here. Actually, we'll put two down there. Put a big one and then a little one down here. That. And we'll put another big one. Maybe about, well, let's just go here. We'll fill up that empty space. Okay. So there you go. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the gold. I think that's gorgeous. Such a beautiful paper. And you know, in hindsight, I really didn't need to emboss this piece because I know on the video, on the camera, it doesn't even pick up the embossing, but the person will see it anyway. So then we have our inside and the outside. I think that turned out beautiful. I love it. And here is my other card. So this is very similar to my sample card. I use the Charming Day Stampin' and dies for that. So these are the stamps and the dies, and you can get these bundled together at 10% off. And I used our fluid watercolor paper, and I did some watercoloring on that. So I think that turned out beautiful. And I used Timid Tiger and Pretty Peacock. So friends, thanks again for watching, and please be sure to like my video and to leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about these cards, and I hope you give it a try. And if you're interested in the newsletter, rather the PDF with the measurements, please be sure to sign up for my newsletter with the link is below. All right, friends, till next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.